Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Matt Kerr. He is a huge Big Brother fan and that's awesome. So I hope you're having an awesome day, and if you want to be house guest of the day like Matt, send me a private message on YouTube. Alright, so this is now a Devon free zone. He was voted out unanimously last night. What happened to the hinky votes, Christine and Nicole? I guess they wussied out. So, did you guys notice that Brittany gave Devon a little token on his way out? She gave him this heart made out of aluminum foil, and, you know, this could be taken two ways by Devon, because there was a pickle inside of the foil heart. So, one way is that, oh, she really likes me because one time he gave Brittany a pickle and it was supposed to be like giving her flowers, except they didn't have any. So if he's like, wow, she gave me a pickle and a heart, she loves me. But Brittany meant it in a way of like embarrassing him. She was hoping that he would get all excited and open up the heart on TV during his interview with Julie and just be like, it's a pickle. So that's kind of mean. I'm sorry. As much as Devon sucks, that's like really mean. So I wasn't really a fan of that. But anyway, let's talk about the HOH competition. It was a cliffhanger last night, and it was the egg one. This would be my challenge with my scary skeleton fingers. So I just love when this challenge comes up. So when the show ended, Frankie and Cody and Amber and Zach were in the lead, tied with 1, so you know, it wasn't a very big lead. But Frankie and Cody did end up winning the HOH. Amber and Zach were very close behind, as were Brittany and Jocasta. Victoria and Christine were the worst. Somebody said that they only had like 2 eggs. I don't know if that was a joke or for real. Even if that was for real, what a joke. So, craziness. I'm sorry, but Frankie and Cody is like the worst possible combination. I just really want to see a power shift, and this is like not what I wanted, but whatever. So let's talk about Caleb for a second. After the feeds came back, Caleb was saying some crazy stuff. What is coming out of your mouth right now? So he was saying that he has like breast cancer because he has like this lump on his boob, his man boob. It's probably from like supplements or something that you're probably taking. Does anyone here watch Vanderpump Rules? Anyway, he also said that he lost so much weight while he was on Slop that he looks like a Holocaust survivor. Just stop. I'm just gonna move on. So Derek and Zach already have Frankie and Cody's plans as HOH mapped out for the week. It's done. This week is done. Just take a nap. See you on Thursday. So they have decided that Frankie and Cody should nominate 4 girls, and Brittany and Jocasta are the targets this week, so they should be on opposite sides of nominations. So they decided, Frankie, you're going to nominate Victoria and Jocasta. Cody, you're going to nominate Brittany and Amber. Really? That's putting Cody in a really awkward position, considering how much he flirts with Amber and Brittany. But yeah, these guys are way too comfortable, and I just can't wait to see their butts up on the block. I know Zach was already nominated, but it wasn't real. So Brittany and Donnie had a nice little ice cream social in the Beehive room. Oh my god, it was so cute. But Brittany was very upset with the way that things are going. You know, she was so close to winning the HOH competition and she couldn't seal the deal. And it's just been a lot of the same. She's had a really tough go of it so far. I mean, she's been a have-not how many times, and she's been on the block a bunch of times. And she knows that she's gonna go up on the block again, so she's really discouraged. She's like crying to Donnie and stuff. But as much as I feel bad for her, I'm also kind of like wanting to shake her and just be like, stop. Because she's pulling King Arthur from Spamalot with her like, oh, I'm all alone. Ugh, what am I gonna do? Patsy, aka Donnie, is right there, ready to work with you. Freaking put on your big girl high heels and start kicking some ass. So here is the moment that we've all been waiting for. It happens every season, and I was wondering how long it would take. Here we go, Bedgate. So, because there are no have-nots this week, it's time to rearrange the sleeping situation. So, okay, there are 8 big beds. You got the 2 HOH beds, you got the rock room, you got the fire room, and there are only 13 people. What is the problem? You know what the problem is? Victoria. In all caps, exclamation point. She has some sleeping demands, and they are as follows. Someone has to sleep with her, and this person must go to bed when she goes to bed. No boys in the room, unless she feels like it. I'm sorry. Like, I would totally respect it if she said that and then followed through with it, but there have been so many times where she has had other guys in the room, she fell asleep on, like, freaking Derek. It's just insanity. So it just seems like BS to me. Also, she is a very, very aggressive cuddler, and it freaks people out. I mean, she's sticking her legs in places that they do not belong. She's like rubbing people. I don't know. It's just, So, bottom line, no one wants to share a bed with Victoria. So Frankie's like, okay, girls, it's time to draw straws to see who gets to sleep with the creepy crawler. So Christine and Nicole are like, well, we've been sleeping in the same bed this whole time, so we're not participating. And Brittany's like, what? That is BS. So Brittany gets super pissed at Nicole, because then Nicole's running around being like to Victoria, I have no problem with you, like, I'll share a bed with you, whatever. And Brittany's like, WTF? Because Nicole wouldn't even draw straws. Come on. So she feels like Nicole totally threw her under the bus to Victoria, and she's not happy about it. So eventually Jocasta agrees to share with Victoria. That situation is resolved. But things are still really tense between Brittany and Nicole. Ugh. Alright, let's talk about Team America. They learned of their new mission, which is to get a physical threat nominated this week. Shouldn't be too difficult with Frankie as one of the HOHs. So they have the initial nominees and after the POV to get this done. So Frankie is the first one to hear of the task from the diary room. So he relays the message to Derek, and it turns out this challenge is total BS, because it's up to the 3 members of Team America to agree on what constitutes a physical threat and who that person is going to be. So they have to unanimously decide who it's going to be. But I mean, come on, that's like basically saying they could go, oh, Jocasta, she's a physical threat, we all agree. What is the point of that? So Derek and Frankie are talking, and they're like, yeah, Amber's totally a physical threat, let's go for that. I don't think America's going to be happy with that choice. So they plan on telling Donnie later, as usual. So it's time for the HOH rooms reveal, Cody and Frankie edition. So a lot of us have been wondering, how will Big Brother handle Frankie's HOH photos? Well, all leading up to this, Frankie kept saying into his microphone, I want a picture of me, my mom, and my sister when we were all really young. I want a picture of my grandparents from now, and I want a picture of me in drag. Thanks. So Frankie did get part of this. He got the picture of him and Ariana and his mom when they were younger. I think like all of his pictures were from when he was younger, and I think that freaked a lot of people out. They were like, I wish we could have seen some recent pictures. What's going on here? And I think Victoria was also like, I want to see what your sister looks like now. So I think she's really suspicious. Cody had some cool pictures. Everyone was like, Cody, your brother's hot. They both got their letters. Cody's was from his dad. Frankie's was from Ariana. And instead of CDs, because the CD player has been broken, Big Brother gave Frankie and Cody iPod shuffles to listen to their music. And Cody got Tiesto and Frankie got Counting Crows. So, moving on, the have-nots got to eat at midnight last night. Yay! You could tell that they were really chomping at the bit, because Amber started her food prep right after the HOH competition was over. She was like chopping up pickles for deviled eggs and stuff. Pizza, of course, all this stuff. So good for them. So Derek and Frankie finally got around to telling Donnie about the Team America task. And they were like, okay, here it is. Amber's a physical threat, right? So he was like, sure, I guess. So I guess it's unanimous, and they're gonna get the $5,000 like it's nothing, but whatever. If I was Donnie, I would be so pissed that I'm always the last one to know about the Team America tasks. It's just... Okay, so not long after this conversation where they're like, yeah, we're gonna get Amber up on the block, Derek is talking to Amber. He's like, yo, you're so safe this week. You're not the threat. It's cool. And she pulls out this gem. She's like, please let me be the last girl standing with all the guys. Amber, just freaking get out now. That really makes me angry because it's so obvious that she knows and sees what the guys are doing. They're getting rid of all the girls, and she's just watching it happen. She's just fine with it, and that's crazy. But whatevs. So the guys make it even more obvious that this is what's happening because they're all having their strategy chat in the HOH room minus Donnie and Hayden. And all the girls are like coming up to the HOH room like, knock, 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 Christine and Nicole. No, get out, go away. Knock, 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 it's Hayden. Come on in, yeah, what's up? So he's just like welcomed with open arms, and they continue their discussion. Cody makes it very clear that he's fine with Amber going up on the block, but he doesn't want to be the one that nominates her, because it's just going to make it really awkward for him. So they establish the targets are definitely Brittany and Joe Costa. They need to be nominated opposite of each other. And Amber tries again to get into the HOH room. They're like, fine. So they let her in, and Christine is so pissed that they let Amber in and not her. That should be a warning sign, Christine. We'll see if she takes that into account. But the tensions between Brittany and Cody are at like an all-time high right now, because remember how I was like, Cody definitely has a crush on Brittany, but he's kind of like annoyed with her because she doesn't trust him anymore. Well, this all kind of like came together early this morning. Just before like 7 a.m., Brittany and Cody were alone in the kitchen, just the two of them, and it was super awkward. Cody was like, why did you turn your back on me? Brittany's just like, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. There was a ton of awkward silence. It's like a few minutes of silence, and then silence. Why did you come to me? So, you know what I mean. So she was basically like, I'm not gonna kiss your butt, even though you're HOH. You got all these girls like fawning over you. I'm not gonna do that. And she's finally like, okay, I'm going to bed, which she doesn't do. But Cody is left sitting at the island with his head in his hands. So it's just not a good situation. Like, I respect Brittany for like speaking her mind, but at the same time, you really don't want to pick fights with the HOH all the time. This is not the first time she's done this. But nominations were today. And as planned, Cody nominated Brittany and Victoria, and Frankie nominated Amber and Joe Costa. Ladies, this should be a major wake-up call. I know you've been sleeping. You should really wake up right now. So they also had the Battle of the Block competition today, and Amber and Joe Costa won, which means they're safe for the week, and Frankie has been dethroned as HOH. So it's all up to Brittany and Victoria in the veto competition tomorrow. We'll see if one of them wins. I don't know. Kind of really pulling for Brittany, but we'll see. So until then, much love.
Edit.